jump over from there and come to Lagos. Well, over the weekend, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu did that 3 new lines of the rail, talking about improving the rail transportation in Lagos from Lagos to other states. We saw Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu take up that. But before we get there, let's talk to you about what's going on in the oil space now with the president, the national president of PETROAN, Dr. Billy Harris. He joins us virtually. Dr. Billy Harris, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm speaking from Bonny, River State.
Great. And we see your network is looking really good. We hope it stays that way to the end of the program. Well, we have to first of all say happy holiday to you because it's a holiday in Nigeria.
Thank you. I wish everybody a happy holiday too. I wish you, especially those of you in channels, a very happy holiday, and Nigeria also a happy holiday. In spite of the times, we should enjoy our lives and hope for the best.
So let's start from the last statement from you was talking about the Petroleum NG, the website. Tell us about that and the relevance.
PETROAN, as you know, is always working to be innovative and bring result-oriented solutions, to the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. First of all, we started with looking to make sure that we have data that should guide our decisions and processes, and PETROAN is leading in that and trying to make sure that we have members effectively and digitally, stored for all members and where we are, so we know what our members are doing and where they are. We also went ahead to design what is called the Primis. We started with the 3P Petroleum Product Passport that will help us to be able to track products from loading, and then that has now become Primis. Primis is a petroleum price, intelligence, monitoring, and insurance system that is going to help the industry to be stable. But before we got to that, we were always having difficulties in knowing what pricing should be in various depots and across the country, what products should be or what it is costing. So now PETROAN is partnering with Petroleum Pricing NG, one of our very close allies that we have now tied up at the north with to ensure that we effectively look at what prices are, as in real time. What is prices in Dangote? What's prices in Port Harcourt Refinery? What's the prices in Matrix? What's the prices in Warri, Calabar? Anywhere that there is petroleum product being done. So this is going to help our members to make effective decisions on where to buy, and also help the public so that you don't start guessing. What did they buy the product from? Where are they going to sell it? How much will they sell it? So this is the first step. The next step will be data gathering on actual sizes of consumption. And then also that will help us to move on to what we should be looking at in terms of logistics that will help us. Because right on that same platform, you can hire tankers, you can buy products, you can pay products. We're going to ultimately put a digital platform where you can even bank right on the platform. And that's will be when we believe that the industry will be much more stable and organized. And I think that some of these surprises and prices changing up and down may then be given a leave so Nigerians can be able to do business more effectively.
Yeah, but Dr. Billy, are you saying that we should expect volatility in the price of petrol and other petroleum products? Because, if you say now people know where to buy, how much it costs, it suggests that the price will be changing often.
Well, the truth is we need to wake up and smell the coffee. We should not be just, assuming how this industry is going to, operate from an armchair projection point of view. We want information, real-time data to be able to analyze how the industry should be. As far as volatility of price is concerned, that is going to be consistent, and that's what the removal of subsidy will actually encourage, that the prices will be moving up and also moving down. It will never be static in any location, but we are hoping that at some point we should be able to have tracked the transactions well enough to be able to see what average pricing will be. So everybody will be advised. Refiners will be advised. Depot owners will be advised. Marketers will be advised. Retail outlet owners will be advised. Logistics companies, both marine and land, will be advised. Banks will also be advised, because it's important for the banks to know that when we loan money from them or they fund our projects, that there are certain price indications that should not be static. They must also, be moving with the trend. So hopefully, what PETROAN is going to be doing with Petroleum Price.ng is going to bring about this revolution, and that's why we're very excited and very happy that we've started. If you look at your platform now, we are sending you, because you're already on our mailing platform, so we send you directly daily price changes from all the depots. So that way you know, and you don't start bothering yourself to send additional resource to look out for what prices will be in a particular state or in a particular depot and all of that. So now you can get it all in one fell swoop from PETROAN.
All right, thank you for that. Recently, you brought up the issue of the Port Harcourt refinery, even the worry, the refinery rehabilitation, and you were calling on the NNPCL to stick to the time. I wonder what's the update on that?
Well, we had requested that there should be transparency in the industry, and PETROAN is very willing to give the best support to Engineer Bayo Julari and his team. And indeed, Engineer Ahmed Farouk, all of the gentlemen and ladies who supervise and regulate the industry. We want to give them the best support, being that we are very ubiquitous. We are scattered all over the country. We are small and we are many in numbers. So we are very strategic and very helpful in ensuring that the industry is stable. So we have called, for a much more effective timeline setting for everything, so that let us move away from the normal cliche of, oh, it's Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria, a great country, a powerful country, a country that can be a world power. We should begin to work towards that. And it doesn't take any rocket science for us to do that. We'll start from the small things and then grow to the big things of ensuring that policies and science and technology and management are efficient in the country. So for us, the Port Harcourt refinery temporary closure should be for the effective good and benefit of Nigerians. And that's why we insisted that the 30 days timeline set should be 30 days and shouldn't be extended. We should be able to get transparent information coming from there daily to let us know what's going on. And we try to check as much as we can, and whatever updates that we will have, we'll continue to let the management know of our thoughts first.
So perhaps
not to run to the public.
So
yes.
Perhaps, okay, I hope we are not part of the public, because I wanted to ask, since you made that call, I think it's about 2 weeks or so, if you've had any updates. We're counting down to the 30 days, if it's not expired already. If you have any update on, because Nigerians are also asking the controversy of, oh, they are blending or they're refining at Port Harcourt, the rehabilitation is not there, it's not in existence, and things like that. I wonder if you could tell us, what you have heard or seen after that.
Well, when PETROAN came out to support the government and encourage the government and NNPC to do the good work, we actually saw what was on ground. And we have recordings, we have videos, we have pictures, we have everything. Pictures that have never been shown to anybody, or videos that also have never been shared with anybody. We have them, and we can always demonstrate that we were actually walking our talk. Right now, we cannot say for sure what is the progress, but I'm in Bonny today. I'm going to Port Harcourt hopefully by Friday, and I will also visit Warri on my trip before I get back to our national headquarters in Abuja. And hopefully we should be able to meet with leaders of the industry to know exactly what is going on. As far as we are concerned, we are not critical about what the process is, but we are trying to make sure that we encourage the government, encourage NNPC, and encourage all regulatory authorities to do the best they can to make Nigerians much more stable. We are a very powerful country. And let me say this, I'm very proud of my Nigerian passport. very proud of my Nigerianness, and I will consistently be proud of this country. And I do hope that every one of us Nigerians will have that sense of pride and ensure that we contribute to making our country great and great again.
So while we try to comfort ourselves with all of that, Dr. Harris, it does seem like, I mean, once you mention NNPCL, a lot of people just think of rot, corruption, because of, it does seem, some of this lack of transparency, lack of information. The public is told that the refinery is working, and from other quarters we hear it's just blending. And then we cannot really, even an industry person like you, cannot tell us exactly what's going on with our refinery, what to expect. So how do we win the trust of the people? We've been promised for about 2 years now that we'll see NNPCL list. That will also bring some kind of transparency into the system. We haven't seen that. Yes, we have a new management, but what's the difference?
Well, I'll tell you what, I do not blame any Nigerian for thinking that way, because if I want people to know who I am, I'll have to act and walk the way I truly want to be known. And if my actions are not as clear and as transparent, then of course people are want to make their own suppositions and do projections and speculations about me. So NNPC has created that kind of environment where it's now difficult for the public to trust them with everything. And I think it will be in the best interest, not just of the management, but of Nigeria, that mindset should be changed by the current management. Engineer Baojulari is coming from the private sector, a very well-organized private sector, because it's coming from a Shell background. So I believe that him and his team, and Mr. Kida is also coming from Total. So these are people that have gone through a very regulated and very efficient system. And I think that they should bring their experience to bear in how the Nigerian oil industry should be. And NNPC should right away spring up from his doldrum and raise his head up and say, okay, well, so many years ago we didn't do it right, but now we want to do it right. And I think that there is no time that is better than doing that. So again, let us give our best support and our valuable thoughts and prayers to the Engineer Baojulari-led team, that they will not in any way fall into this same assumptive, perception of Nigerians, that they came, they saw, and they changed the narrative.
Yeah, I guess, would you say it's too early to demand of anything of the Engineer Ojulari's team?
Yeah, our demand is simple, that transparency should be key. The production of crude oil should be increased. We should be able to do as much as possible to make sure that the host communities of the Niger Delta are friendly, and everywhere else that crude oil is being mined in the north, in the north central, in the Niger Delta, communities should work very closely and encourage the businesses to come in. Today we are seeing Shell divesting, Mobil divesting. For me, it's a very happy thing, and I'm happy Nigerian companies are able to take up that challenge and take those assets and turn them into valuable, growth sectors for Nigeria. So, other than that, we also, want to, appeal that there should be a very special crude oil production plan for the local refineries. Because with the number of refineries coming up in Nigeria, and hopefully with NNPC working hard to make the refineries work, with BUA, with Azikel, with all the different refineries coming, Nigeria should be a refining hub, where we should then be earning additional foreign exchange by exporting refined petroleum products. So we are looking at a situation where they should aim to keep 3 million barrels of Nigerian crude oil for refining in country. And so regardless of what has happened yesteryears, where we hear that most of the crude oil that have not been even mined have been sold ahead for 5 years, the errors could be made. And I think it takes people to see those errors and be able to ensure that they are corrected. So I think that this management should start the revamping process, showing Nigerians the value and capacity that we have as a country to stand on our own and be the men and women that we should be. Because we are leaders. Nigerians are leaders everywhere in the world. So I don't know why we cannot lead our own country and lead our country very well. I think that this management should be able to show that work, and that's just a simple demand we have made.
Yeah, Dr. Harris, you mentioned the issue of crude, and we know that, Dangote has raised the alarm a lot of times. I had to import and all of that. But we've been celebrating the discovery of new assets and new wells and all of that. Can we expect that with these new discoveries and some of the action, by some of the oil companies, that our crude will increase while also dealing with the issue of theft?
Well, you see, for me as an individual, we came up with the idea of discouraging marketing of illegally refined products in this country by our premise and petroleum product passport technology. And that in itself could have helped in mitigating the theft, because then the only place that will be left to sell stolen crude oil will be in the international waters, which is then easy to call on the Navy and call on the international security agencies to be able to help us to track what's going on. As far as I know, every refinery should work hard to attach certain fields to them. Every refinery, whether it's Dangote or it's Azikel or it's Bua, or there should be a way to talk with the Nigerian upstream led by Mr. Kumolafe, a great Nigerian, also doing such a very wonderful work. Also with the authority chief, Engineer Ahmed Farouk, with the NNPC leadership of Engineer Bayo Ojulari, the three of them should be able to work to ensure that we have a new dawn in Nigeria and make our president proud, make our country proud, make Nigerians become confident again as we used to be in the 70s. So I think it's just a matter of the upstream, the midstream and downstream and NNPC management itself having a meeting and get together to think out of the box on how we should be able to produce crude oil for our refineries so that nobody will have a reason to shout. There's really no reason for anybody to shout. In our opinion, we should look for solutions at all times.
Dr. Billy Harris, thank you so much for your time, the National President of PETROAN.
Thank you so very much for having us here.
Great.